Hey guys, what's going on? Now we have official information on how 7 stars are going to work and all of that jazz. I know we got the video the other day, but now we have in-game news and they have gone over it pretty in depth. So this is going to be like a unit review on the 7-star awakenings for global. Yeah, I'm going to wait until we know all of the information so we can be as factually correct as possible. We will go into the ones that we know for sure that we're going to get to today. They left a couple out in the video that they put up the other day. They go over exactly what we're going to get when we fuse units together for Super TMRs on the way there. And then of course they've gone over and given us an idea this time, about some of the global exclusive buffs that the FF8 units are going to get. We're going to cover that news as well. So let's head into it right now for you guys. We're going to go over the units featured for the 7-star awakening. First, I think there's only one unit added, and it was Dark Knight Cecil was added. So Dark Knight Cecil is not like the greatest 7-star, I will not lie to you, but he's, I think, new here on this banner. Overall, in my opinion, the banner's cool. It's going to be awesome. I think the best damage dealer that's going to be available to us in global as a 7-star. Anyway, you're still going to be able to definitely use 6 stars. There's still going to be more than enough for the content that we're going to get for the next few months. But Lightning is actually an incredibly strong 7-star unit, especially with the ones that we have access to right now. I hope Olive's going to be good, but we don't have no information on Olive because she's a global exclusive. So she's going to be pretty prevalent, though, I would have to imagine, even if she doesn't really get much more other than raw damage base stats and a little bit higher multiplier. But Lightning, she gets to chain now, so she has 2 different chaining moves, one with a 7.2 times multiplier. I think it's even 12 hit, I could be wrong on that. I'm not sure if it's quick hit chaining frames, but she can spam that skill. It's just a skill that she gets. It also, her chaining skill, that 7.2 times multiplier, also gives her, like, I think it's 150% all stat buff. So it's a self buff and an attack at the same time. And then she also gets another skill that's dual wieldable, and it's 11.5 or 11.2 times multiplier. So she goes from like not being able to do much of anything. I think she's gonna be pretty significant for you guys. She gets outclassed later on, but for right now, I think she'll be extremely strong. We don't know if they're gonna change anything about any of these 7 stars. That's why we're not gonna go in depth and give them like a review or a guide yet. I'm not gonna look at the JP stuff, but we will talk about some things that we know are coming, but we won't say this is exactly the concrete information that we have because we don't have that yet. Wilhelm's gonna be incredibly amazing, obviously. Hopefully Olive will be strong. Delita, it does get like a nice chain finishing skill. But outside of that, like the rest of these, so far that we know of, aren't going to get too much. Like Orlando's still going to be a great one to awaken. He's just going to hit a little harder than in comparison to his 6-star form. But as far as like getting brand new skills that are super amazing, Orlando's not crazy. But look forward to, us going in depth on Thursday. I think after we get the data mine, or I think even Thursday, you can awaken these units. So we'll have a review. We won't go over all of their abilities, but we'll do all of them on the same video, and we'll go over all of their new skills. And if some of the old skills are prevalent in associating with some of the new skills in their kit, we'll talk about them. But for the most part, we're going to be going over their 7-star skills and their 7-star stats. So look forward to that. Now, Super Trust Masters, they talked about a little bit before. They're showing off some of them here. We got Genji Helm. I think that's Orlando's sword. Wilhelm's body armor, insane. I forget what this book is. I'm not sure what that book is. My bad. I forgot. Maybe it's Marie's. No, Marie's I don't know what it is. I forget, guys. So Super Team Arts, basically once you fuse 2 5-stars together to get a 7-star, you will get a Trust Moogle container for the old 5-star unit's normal TMR, and then the 7-star you'll be able to get a Super TMR. As they show here, Super TMR is the only way to get that. You can't get percent Trust Moogles from all Moogles do not work. You can't get it from battle. That doesn't work either. The only way to get it is to fuse 2 more units of the same kind again. So if you fuse like a Dark Fina into a Dark Fina and get well, you don't fuse the Dark Fina and the Dark Fina. If you create a 7-star Dark Fina and then you fuse another Dark Fina into your 7-star Dark Fina, you'll get 50% Super TMR. Okay? And then if you fuse the second one, you'll get 100% of your Super TMR. And that's her robe right here that they're showing off there. It's a fantastic robe, as they show here. And then the other thing that you can do, a 5-star Dark Fina, if you fuse that into a 7-star Dark Fina, is worth 50% of your Super TMR. A 6-star Dark Fina fused into a 7-star Dark Fina is also worth 50% of your Super TMR. But if you fuse a 7-star Dark Fina into another 7-star Dark Fina, it's going to give you 100% of your Super TMR. So you'll get it from 0, just like that. Why would you want to fuse a 7-star into a 7-star? There's going to be, well, I would imagine, there's no confirmation yet, but in JP there were rewards that you would get for awakening a certain amount of 7 stars. So if you wanted to get the Super TMR, instead of making 1 7-star and then fusing 2 more dupes into it to get the Super TMR, you would make a 7-star, then make a 7-star again, because there's a milestone reward for making X amount of 7 stars, and then just fuse the 7-star in there. So you can work towards that milestone reward, get the Super TMR at the same time. So with that being said, that's how that works. Now, this one's pretty cool here. 7-star awakenings, we're talking about here. This is what you get for leveling up. So you get the max level 120, which doesn't sound like that's that big of a deal, but if you know anything about the damage formula in the game, I've gone over it several times, there's something in there called level correction. Okay, level correction basically gives you 1% damage for every level your character is. So at level 100, you get plus 100% damage. At level 120, you'll get plus 120% damage, guys. So that's just an additional 20% damage just for being level 120. Not even talk about the amount of stats you'll get. You get higher unit level, which we just talked about. Your unit stats go up. We're talking about like after pots, you can have like 250, 280 of a stat instead of like 180. That's insane because all those percentage buffs, they have a larger base number to go off of. So, you know, right now, if you have 180 attack, you have a 10% buff. That's 18 attack. If you have 280 attack, a 10% buff, which the buff didn't change, but now you get 28 attack from it. So it's like almost twice as strong. It's ridiculous how strong you can get. Your limit burst level goes up max from 25 to 30. So look forward to using your LB pots on some of your significant units. I'm having a sneaking suspicion Olive's limit burst is going to be quite powerful. 7-star trust ability is added. So this is going to be, every unit will have this as a 7-star. You will get a passive ability that will always be there, but it will not work unless you have the unit's normal trust master attached to them. Okay. Now, you need to get a prism for awakening. Basically, all you have to do is you tap on a unit that you want to turn into a prism, and the prism is the thing that you need to awaken the unit into a 7-star. All right, and then once you get the prism, instead of fusing, you don't want to, if this is the thing, guys, if you want to make it 7-star, TLDR, do not do this. All right, this is PSA, don't do this shit. You will be mad. When you want to make a 7-star, say you want to make a 7-star lightning, you do not take a lightning and then a second lightning and fuse the lightnings together. That will not give you a 7-star. That will give you a giant frown, okay? Because if you just fuse them normally together, that's just going to give you 5% of your trust mastery, just like everything else. What you need to do is make this prism, okay? All right, so you have to select the unit, and right here they show you convert. You will need to take the second lightning, convert it into a lightning prism, and then you fuse the prism, okay, into your lightning. That'll make her a 7-star. Don't fuse 2 lightnings together trying to make her a 7-star or any other unit. It will not work. You will be sad. You will be mad. You will probably uninstall the game. Don't do it. I'm telling you guys right now, okay? So you get the lightning prism or whatever other unit, and then what it will give you is a 7-star, and it'll give you an Aurora Scarf for lightning, Trust Moogle Materia container. So these containers, they're not super OP, they're not super amazing. Basically what a container is, it's another unit, and you can fuse Moogles into it. That way you won't miss out on that unit's Trust Master reward, right? If you didn't get a TMR from Lightning like Aurora Scarf, you want an Aurora Scarf, well, if you break one down into the container and then you fuse her away, that's one Aurora Scarf you can't get, so they give you this container Moogle so you can get that Aurora Scarf that you missed out on if you're so inclined. And when you do get this Moogle container thing, it will not always be at 0.0%. The Moogle container will be at whatever percentage that the unit was at for its TMR before you convert it into a prism. So if this Lightning had like 34% of her TMR done and you broke her into the prism, the Moogle will have 34% as well. So that's pretty cool there. There's a couple other things. Did we miss it? There's a reward you get that has been confirmed that I was losing my mind over. Where it at? Where it at? Where it at? Where it at? Yeah. Well, it's confirmed in here somewhere. I'm not sure where, but I saw it earlier. Basically, the first time and only the first time that you fuse a unit into a 7-star unit, you'll get a 50% Trust Mastery Moogle for all Trust Mastery Moogle. Okay, so I take, say I have 4 lightnings. Lightning number 1, level up to max level. I want to make this girl a 7-star. Lightning number 2, shatter her. Prism Crystal. Prism Crystal comes up. Hey, I got my Prism Crystal. Boop. 7-star lightning. This is my 7-star lightning over here now. Now she has 7-star. Now I have 2 more lightnings. I have some choices, right? I can take 1 lightning, boop, fuse her in. She gets super strong, right? She's ready to go. When I do that, she gets 50% of her super Trustmaster. And then in addition to that, the lightning that I fused in there, boop, you get a 50% all Moogle. You can't use the all Moogle for the super TMR, remember, but you can use it for any other thing that you want. Now the second lightning, if you fuse her in there, 50% more super TMR. You get your super TMR, you're done, you don't get another Moogle. Other option, like we said before, you make the 7-star lightning, you make boop, another 7-star lightning, you fuse the 7-star lightning into the other 7-star lightning, you will get 100% super TMR, and you will still get the 50% Trust Mastery Moogle. And you will get, since you made 2 7-stars, 2 7-stars towards the goal of awakening X amount of 7-stars. So that's what you want to do there, guys. All right, a little long-winded, but you know what, it's okay. Now we have planned events. We're moving on to FF8 event dungeon seeded field exam. We kind of talked about this before. King Mog event. There's some interesting information in here. You can get, you know, stuff from King Mog, buy tickets. A revolver I think has been pretty buffed from JP. I think in JP it was like a 90 attack, 80 attack. Greatsword, I could be wrong, but it's a 2-handed greatsword, super awesome. Just 5 attack weaker than revolving saw. So this is basically a TMR level a piece of equipment here. Go body and blade strong. The helmet's not the greatest. Now we have golden bombs, and then Wedge is there as a bonus monster instead of Biggs in Wedge, but whatever. But here's the big point. From now on, every King Mog event will have more than 100% bonus max from a unit. So 6-star Squall, 100%. 6-star Renault, 100%. Zell, which is the 4-star on the banner, 75%. And then the 3-star on the banner is 50%. But now you can bring or have your own 7-star Squall or 7-star Renault, and they will give 200% bonus as a bonus unit. So technically, you can have, what, 1,200% in bonus units now. But what this means is that if you have 7-star friends on your friends list with Squall and Renault, they're going to count basically as 2 bonus units. So that's awesome there. It's going to make farming a little bit faster, even if you don't have 7-star Squall or Renault, or any other 7-star in the future when King Mog events do come out. So look forward to that. A little bit faster farming. That's going to be cool as well with some decent rewards. Now, Squall arrives. He does. He arrives. He's here. All right, so let's go over some of the information they're giving us here. There's a step-up banner. This is the same as the Cloud Elfrida banner, I do believe. So step 1, 5k pull. Just a normal 5k pull, you get a 10% trust removal. Zell guaranteed. I don't. Boo. Okay, no, that's fine. Step 3 is a 5-star guaranteed rainbow. So this is 15k lapis total. You get a 5-star guaranteed rainbow. Not on banner guaranteed, just a guaranteed rainbow. It's like an EX pull, basically. Then step 4 gives you 5 or a 10% 5-star summon ticket. That's okay, not the greatest. Step 5 will give you a Squall or a Renault guaranteed. So if you're like the biggest Squall fan ever or Renault fan ever, every 5 steps, every 25k lapis, you're guaranteed to get one or the other. On top of getting 5 normal 10+1 pulls, this is pretty decent value, and you get a guaranteed random summon unit. So that's pretty cool there. Not overpowered, but I don't think it's bad either. So why would you want to pull on this banner for multiples of these? Obviously you want the 7-stars, but if you have a lot of lapis in your pocket and you like using limit bursts, you might want to get 4 Squalls. So let's go over this here. Squall, global ally, punching mics, new upgrade. All right, he's a double-handed dual casting damage dealer. He's going to need a lot of love to be good in the meta. So hopefully he gets a few more things than this, but we'll have to see. His super TMR though, if you get 4 of him, a Lion's Heart, fill LB gauge by 3 per turn, okay, and boosts limit burst damage. I think the boost limit burst damage is plus 55% damage from your limit burst. And as we move into the 7-star meta, there's gonna be a lot of characters who have extremely high multipliers on their limit burst, and this is basically times 1.55 of that multiplier. So I think like Eileen and so you'll see a lot of characters have like 20, 22, 24, 25 times multipliers on their limit bursts. But say, for instance, you have a 20 times multiplier in limit burst. If you have Lion's Heart, you get an additional 1.55 times multiplier. So you're gonna be doing like, it's gonna be like a 31 times multiplier in limit burst instead of a 20. That is absolutely insane. It also has 3 LB fill rates, so you're gonna help fill your stats up a little bit more, or your LB gauge up a little bit more that way. So that's a super insane TMR if you are a fan of spamming limit burst. It's going to be really hard to get because you need 4 of this boy, but hopefully you guys out there are going to chase him to get it. If you have the resources in your limit burst spammer, I will not tell you not to do it. If I had the resources, I would probably do it, but we don't, so we're not. All right, now his global upgrade here on the Lionheart, 150 attack, 2-handed weapon, enable the legendary beast for Squall only. The legendary beast used to fill 2 LB crystals per turn. I don't know if that's going to get upgraded here to 3 or not, but it's pretty cool there. 150 attack, used to be 140 in JP. Slight buff, so if you have 300% true double hand, it's going to give you like 40 more attack than the JP version. As a 2-handed great sword, it does get outclassed eventually, but only by Squall's super TMR, which is Ultima weapon, and it's 180 attack, 2-handed greatsword. So yeah, you can see how much that'll be with 300% true double hand. This will be 720 attack from Ultimate weapon versus the 600 attack here from Lionheart. So Squall super TMR, really good, but is 120 attack less at the end of the day than Ultimate weapon. That being said, one's a 2 TMR, one's a super TMR. This is still fantastic TMR in my opinion, especially if put on Squall for the legendary beast. Now featured abilities, got large sword mastery, blasting zone. He also has gun mastery. I don't know why. Take it off of him. You're putting swords on him anyway, you know, or make Lionheart. This is what you do. This is what you do, Gooby. Code this in real quick. Lionheart, it's a great sword that counts as a gun because it's a gun blade. Think about it. Think about it. I don't know if that was originally the intention when this character was made, that this would be counted as a gun and a sword, but it doesn't count as both. Make it count as both. It'd be cool as shit. Everyone would like it. It makes sense. It's a gun blade. It's both. Come on. Come on, you can do it. He's got blasting zone, deal partial unmitigated damage to all enemies. Probably talked about that. It's kind of whatever. Global upgrades though. True double hand. Boost attack when a single weapon is equipped in both hands. I think he had this before. So this will be stronger, I guess. So you're going to be able to build him true double handed. And Keen Edge. Keen Edge, I do believe, was his chain finishing skill. That was Squall's biggest weakness, is that he has 2 types of skills. He's got some chaining skills, and he's got a chain finishing skill, and his chain finishing skills multiplier was really low. It was 4.5, so like it really didn't pay off to use him on your team with chain finishing with a 4.5 skill. It's not good enough, but it looks like they're gonna buff it here with more true double hand. That's gonna help. The other thing that he did not have, he didn't have imbues. And you sound well, most characters don't have imbues. He had 4 different chaining skills. That's why it didn't make sense. He had 4 different chaining skills: a fire one, a holy one, a lightning one, and a wind one. 4 different ones. They all have the same multiplier, and they all imperiled for their own element. So you had fire, holy, wind, and light elemental chaining skills that imperiled, and then his chain finishing skills always non-elemental, and you want to put his TMR on him, which is also non-elemental. So unless you had someone to imbue those 4 elements, he just wouldn't ever be able to take advantage of his own imperils, which made no sense. So hopefully that gets changed as well, but it's not mentioned here, so I'm not hopeful about that. But I want my boy to be strong. He just needs, just give him those imbues. Just make all the imperils also imbue him. Just do it. It's fine. You know what? He'll be loved. People will love him. All right, so we have Renoa here. She is job resistance. She's actually just a witch. Spoilers. So she's like a black mage here in FFBE, as you can tell from her stats. 345 magic. Her super TMR, so good, but it's a super TMR, so like, So it's Winged Heart, Nullify, Poison, Blind, Sleep, Silence, Paralysis, Confusion, Disease, Stone, Charm. And then boost Fire, Ice, Lightning, and Wind resistance by 60%. So it's pretty strong. Make anyone immune to Charm, but it is a super TMR, so maybe don't empty the pocketbooks for it, you know. Her TMR here, Shooting Star, it's pretty okay. It's a one-handed throwing weapon with 118 magic and 15% HP with 48 attack. Pretty strong for, you know, Light Veritas. Strong for her, obviously, because she uses throwing weapons, because she's Renoa. But outside of that, it's nothing insane, okay? It's nothing broken that you need to go out and make sure you have at least one of. Featured abilities, Angelo Tackle, damage one enemy and power up with consecutive uses. Then global upgrades here. This is pretty cool. So, Sorceress of the Present, they talked about this in the video. It boosts equipment magic when single wielding. Okay, so if you're double handing a rod, you get double hand magic, but at the same time, if you're dual wielding, you also get the same buff. So this is what I was talking about when we were talking about Cleave a TMR back in the day. Pretty much everyone who gets a bonus for double-handing magic, they also just get a bonus for dual-wielding magic with the same. So if you're getting 50% magic from your gear when you're using one rod, why won't you just get 50% magic from your gear and use 2 rods? Because now you have more magic on your gear because you're using 2 rods. Look at that, it's more. So just dual wield with her. It's gonna be insane though. And then at the start of the battle, you will unlock triple cast on turn 1. She has other ways to unlock triple cast after that. But she gets triple cast black magic, and Apocalypse damage all enemies. In JP, it was already really strong. It had a pretty decent MP cost, but it was a 10 times multiplier, damage all enemies. It's getting buffed here, so I don't know what it's gonna be. The problem with it was that it was non-elemental, and so you couldn't really take advantage of imperils on enemies because it's non-elemental. You can't put elements attached to it anymore because it is a magic spell. But that's gonna be really strong. I'm looking for Apocalypse. Maybe they'll knock it up to like a 15 times multiplier. Turn 1 triple cast, Apocalypse, Apocalypse, Apocalypse. 45 times multiplier before chain finish damage. If you chain finish it, what is that gonna be? 180 multiplier. And it's over to Season of the Witch, man. And then she gets Junction, which has been buffed. Increase fill capacity of burst zones. Okay, so like plus like 100%. I guess it's gonna be like High Tide, 100% LB fill rate. LB gauge fills each turn and restore mana each turn. So pretty cool. She's gonna get her LB up a little bit faster. Now Zell here, you got the Egerts, air guys. I don't even know, man. It's just the fighting game from PlayStation, dude. This guy had Cloud in it and Sephiroth and Tifa. It was great. 128 attack fist weapon enables auto bravery, which is gonna be like 20% attack buff. It's an attack buff though, so it doesn't stack with any other buffs. Not that great. Featured abilities, Zell is a 6-star unit in the 7-star meta. Not quite good enough. He's not a very good unit overall. He doesn't really do much. I don't know if he has a chaining skill. That would maybe save him a little bit if he could chain with other people for 10 mans, but maybe not there. And they have Ramira. Her job is a smasher. You guys are killing it with these names on this banner. Bling Necklace, defense plus 15, spirit plus 15, HP plus 20%, enables passionate, boost LB gauge fill rate. So you maybe throw this on a tank or support. It's probably like 50% LB gauge fill rate, which is still pretty strong. 20% HP and 15 defense and spirit. Okay, 15 defense and spirit used to be on par with around like plus 8% defense and spirit, but as we move into the 7-star meta, percentage bonuses are gonna get even stronger, like I talked about before, right? So if you're using Wilhelm, whose base defense is like 300, well, 10% of 300 is 30. So a 10% bonus can be twice as good as this. This is nowhere near 10% for a 7-star unit. All right, but it's still pretty strong though. 50% LB gauge fill rate, 20% HP, and then 15 defense and spirit. So that's pretty cool there. She's a 5-star max unit, so nothing super insane there, my friends. But I think that's all the news we have. Nope, I think there might be one more, actually. FanFesta tickets are on sale. That's it, I think. Yes. Yes. Yes! So 7 stars coming out. Look forward to a full review on all of them Thursday. That'll be. If you want to see that stuff, subscribe. Is it subscription? Subscription. The button over here somewhere. Click that thing and then turn the notifications on. All right, I'll have some other stuff coming out for you today as well, guys. We won't be streaming Friday or Saturday, but we will be streaming Sunday, and we're streaming tonight. I'll probably be playing Monster Hunter. I think the FF14 collab comes out. So if you want to come hang out tonight, that's what I'll be doing, and I'll see you guys in the next one.